What's up, guys, and welcome back to I Farted So Hard That Your Mom Now Needs a Knee Replacement.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Apologize, I can't really explain that one to you right now because we got some mods for the 5th gen, and they are some lighting mods for the 5th gen. If you know me and have been around the channel for the past couple of years, I do like lights. Now, I'm not a big rock light fan or a wheel light fan. That's really not my style. I'm pretty much like an OEM plus lighting fan, right? So making this truck look and function as I feel like it should have from the factory. We bought ourselves a set of Customs Unlimiteds. I think that's the brand. I bought this stuff like almost a year ago. We bought ourselves a Valance light kit, quote unquote chicken lights from some of the truckers here. And the cool thing about it is they are a smoked lens. So it's gonna match the cab lights, it's gonna match the boost auto parts, mirror lights, it's gonna match the headlights. So it's a smoked black lens and it's gonna be a white light. So same thing, it's gonna match all the other lights here. And the coolest part about this is it should be a simple and easy and quick and whatever install, because I actually have one of my auxiliary switches already wired, and I have the wires hanging out underneath the hood because when I used to run grill lights, that's, you know, that was the button and all the wires that I had set up for it. And I took those grill lights off like 2 years ago, never used that function again. And so the Customs Unlimited Valance light kit should wire right up, easy peasy. So like I said, I bought these like a year ago on Black Friday. It is Customs Unlimited. They make everything. They make all the gaudy stuff. They make wheel lights, they make rock lights, they make starlight headliner kits like all the 18-year-olds like. But oh yeah, I forgot about that. When I bought these, they were throwing cash in every order, so I got 15 bucks. That's awesome. They do give you a template, so I'll probably pull the Valance off real quick, use that template. They do give you some, actually I'm a big fan of these. I buy these all the time no matter what, so it's kind of nice that that's what they include. It's like the easy solder kit type deal. You just kind of heat that up, it solders the wires together, and also acts as heat shrink, which is awesome. And then literally, whoa, there's my wiring, and here's my light kit. So like I said, it's a smoked lens, it's a white light. This should be relatively simple. Let's see if it actually is. So scratch that idea. I actually just decided to put this on with the Valance on. There's like 4,000 different nuts and bolts to take off this Valance on this truck, and I just ain't got time for that. So I figured I'll put the template on. That has a sticky backing to it, so it sticks right in. I lined it up perfectly. Now all I really have to do is drill my holes, put the lights in itself, and then run the wires. Should be super easy. All right, first thing I'm gonna do is drill some pilot holes because I wanna make sure I get everything lined up properly first, even though I have my template. I'll do some pilot holes first, and then we'll drill into the big ones. Dang it, I was watching the camera and not the actual bit. Time for the big dogs. I have to correct that one. That wasn't that bad at all, and personally I think that looks killer. So all I got to do is basically run the wiring up to my switch here. I'll show you here in a second, and they should work. Should. All right, excuse any wiring mess. I am not a wiring expert. It is my least favorite, and I hate it. Otherwise, it's fine. Basically, this right here, this is my auxiliary one inside the cab. So literally all I have to do is put the other end of this onto the wires Customs Unlimited sent me, and then put the other end right here. And like I said, this is already wired up to a fuse and everything like that, and it should literally be as easy as putting the other end on those wires, calling her a day. All right, so it's this is the other end to what I already have underneath the hood. I'll wire this black and red wires to these black and red wires, and these black and red wires to the lights I just put on. All right, just like so. Plug this into the truck end, run the wire down to the bottom, and wire it down into the lights. Curious if anybody caught the mistake that I made, and I did not catch it until I just tried to plug this into the truck. This is the same exact end that's currently in the truck. What I need is this end to screw into this end into the truck. So I was just gonna cut this off and put this end on it, but you know what? I figured, screw that. I might as well put the same setup from the lights to this wire too. So if I wanted to, I could just unplug the bottom lights, unplug the top lights, rip the wire out if I don't want to have them connected for some reason. So I'm just going to basically wire this here, this end onto the other truck, and then I think we'll be in good shape. All right, this will be the moment of truth. It's plugged in up top here. It's also plugged in down below. I obviously have some extra wire, which I'll clean up here later. Let's see if it works. I'm pretty sure I had it. I don't think the ignition had to be on. So that's on. And the ignition might have to be on. Hopefully the ignition has to be on. Well, dang. I told you guys I hate wiring.
A few moments later.
All right, finally I got them to work. Like I've said a million times on this channel, I am not a wiring guru. Turns out the polarity was just wrong. I had them flip-flop, so I ran I just ran wire basically from the battery down to make sure the lights work, make sure I had voltage from the upfitter switch to the end, and everything worked out well. I had everything flipped at the bottom. I do see though now that I don't have these all in correctly. You might be able to see this one's angled that way, that one's that way, that one's that way. They all did have a top written on them, so I'm gonna have to spin those a little bit, but I at least wanted to make sure I could get the dang things to freaking work. So I did, so I'm gonna clean up all my wiring, and then I'll spin these the proper way, and then we'll go for a ride and let the sun settle a little bit, and we'll see what these things look like at nighttime. All right, guys, so real quick, before I do let the sun down and we go get some footage and stuff like that here at nighttime, I do believe I got everything twisted around properly. And my upfitter switch does not need the ignition on. I do remember doing that now. So I literally hit auxiliary 1 and boom. Yeah, it looks pretty good. For some reason, I must not have did this one. Fixed it. All right, yeah, so with the top being shown up top, all the LEDs are actually horizontal. So those are actually pretty bright. Those, I think they look pretty good personally. And I like that I have them on that switch, and I think it's gonna look really good at night, so.
Rage on that beat, going crazy.
All right, guys, here's the finished result. What do you think? Personally, I think it looks sick. Is it starting to get like a little crazy, like a rock light or something like that? I don't think it's quite that crazy. I think this is a lot more old school than like new school stuff, 100%. 15 lights, you had the option to do a 15 light set, or you could have done a 10 light set. However, the 10 light set was literally just shorter. I was hoping if you did 10 lights, they would just be spaced apart further, but they're not. 10 lights were, you know, because 15's a lot of lights, I gotta be honest with you. But I didn't want it to only, you know, come up to like the tow hooks on the truck. So I wanted to span the entire width. And so that it does, and I think it looks good. It's wired to my auxiliary switch, so they're not on all the time. I could choose when I want them on and off. Install was actually super easy. Like, I'm just like a wiring idiot, so like I'm not very good at it. It took me probably a little bit longer than it will take most people with a brain, because like, you know, I suck at wiring. But I think it looks really good. What do you guys think? Drop a comment below. I'm curious to see your opinion on this. You know, am I going Ricer? Like am I going like full-on squatted truck gang with rock lights and all kind of stuff? Or like, is this okay? Is this still classy? Happy to be back on YouTube. I got wheels coming for the truck. Hopefully I should be able to get them mounted here this week, so that way new wheels on the truck. And yeah, feels good to be back. Like the video if you haven't already. Subscribe, join the family, join the Cummins gang, and I'll see y'all guys next video. Peace. All right, guys, before I sign off, it's finally like there's barely any sunlight left. You can see the sun is just over the horizon, so it's getting pretty dark at this point. Look at these, man. Honestly, I think, like I said, I think they look pretty good. I'm probably biased, but they're super bright. And I mean, the template was awesome. Just kind of worked out pretty good. I think it's a great kit. 10 out of 10.